It's training day, but I'm not Denzel Washington, so I'm gonna do what I can to make sure this is enjoyable. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Guys, I'm Coach Andre. Today we're gonna talk about fear and overcoming the fear that you need to quit your job and go full-time entrepreneur. So the question is, how did I overcome the fear? Are you ready for the answer? The answer is, I didn't. I know it's not the answer you're looking for, but it's the truth. I didn't overcome the fear, not completely at least. And that's a good thing, because whenever you're getting ready to make a big change or a big choice, you're not always gonna get rid of the fear. But you can do some things to decrease the fear. You're not gonna eliminate, but you can decrease and you can manage the fear. And we're gonna talk about how you do that here today. So, the very first thing is you can decrease the fear through your thoughts and through your actions, okay? So let's talk about fear. The very first thing I want you to keep in mind is that fear, many people might have heard this, acronym for fear, false evidence appearing real. Now, the main word here is false. That means it's not real, but it appears real. So for instance, if I ran into a bank and I walk up to the teller with my finger under my shirt and I say, give me all the money, do you know that they would give me all the money? Now, the evidence would be false, but it would appear as real. And because it appears as real, they're gonna treat me as though it's real. It's the same way when you make your decisions. The evidence is false. The things that you fear, they're in your head. And most of the things that we fear never come into fruition the way we expect it or think that it will. So when it comes to quitting your job, you wanna decrease that fear by managing your thoughts and managing your actions. So let's talk about it. One of the things that you wanna do is you wanna focus, all right? You wanna focus. And when you do focus, keep in mind that that has an acronym too. C-U-S. Focus. Follow. One. Course. Until successful. Now, when it comes to eradicating fear, you want to focus. You're going to focus on the things that you do want rather than focus on the things that you don't want. So if you want to obtain and achieve success in your business, then that's what you want to focus on. You're going to follow that one course. Plan your work, work your plan. One way to decrease your fear is by, one, having a mapped out detailed plan. Now the key word is detailed. That means the plan that you're following is very detailed. You have a schedule. You may have hired somebody to go over the plan with you, so you know specifically what you're going to be doing each hour of every day. And you're focusing on the actions that you're doing. You're not focusing on what you're not going to be doing or the results that you don't want. You're focusing on the mapped out and detailed plan, okay? Now, focus on, if you focus on the fear of what you don't want, one thing about fear, if you think about fear, you're going to move and you're going to act fearfully. But if you think about the faith and you have faith in what you're focusing on, you're gonna move faithfully. So you wanna make sure that you're moving with intentions, all right? Let's continue. Step number 2. So we use a different one here. This one's barely even right. Oh, that's better. All right, so focus on your thoughts. You're gonna focus on the outcome you prefer. What does that mean? Whatever business that you decide to get into, whatever result that you want to receive, whatever result that you want to experience, you're going to write that down and you're going to focus on thinking about that every single day. Guys, I can't express to you enough that your mind, your thoughts control your actions. So as you continue to think about the preferred outcome, y'all just want to let me spell that word wrong. As you continue to think about the outcome that you do want, you're bringing more of the circumstances, bringing more of the environment, more of the people around you. You're attracting that towards you. Focus on this. This is your thoughts. This is internal work. Thoughts. This is external work. Actions. Now your actions and your thoughts play off of each other. What you do has an impact on what you think, but conversely, what you think has an impact on what you do. So they work together. So follow one course into successful. Focus on these two things, your thoughts and your actions. And you remember, your fear remember, this word fear also has an acronym. Now, there's two ways you can look at this. Your fear can be forget everything and run. Now, when it comes to fear, this is what most people do because they allow that fear to hinder them. Now listen, when it comes to fear, it is an indication that you're moving in the right direction. Otherwise, you wouldn't have the fear. So if you're fearful, that's a good thing. Utilize that fear, learn from it, utilize it to your advantage. So I'm going to encourage you that instead of you forget everything and run, I'm going to encourage you to face everything and rise. Guys, when that fear comes up of you quitting your job, it is a choice to forget everything that you've learned and run and retreat back to what you don't want to, where you don't want to be. True story. When I quit my job, I was literally just barely trying to make it. I remember I reached out to my best friend because I needed some funds. I was real low. And he was making 6 figures. This was over 10 years ago. He was making 6 figures doing something that I just came from doing. He was working in retail. I had just quit my retail job. And he said, man, why don't you let me just get you a job over here where I'm working? You know I do pretty well. And I said, man, I appreciate that, bro, but I'm gonna decline because I just can't see myself going back to where I was. Now, he gave me the money and we're still friends to this day. And what's funny is later on in life, years later, after I started gaining some traction in my business, which was real estate, he went and got his wife to get her real estate license. And he said that some of the success that I've achieved was a strong reason why he did that. And he never understood why I declined the offer to work with him. But he told me he finally got it. He finally understood why I didn't do it. And I was so glad that I stuck it out. Because at the time it was hard. I was sleeping in my car at one point. It was extremely difficult. But I wanted it so bad that I didn't want to retreat back to where I just came from. So I made a choice to not forget everything that I was learning and run, but I made a choice that I was going to stick it out and face everything that I was going through and rise. Guys, I want to make sure that I'm giving you all the nuggets that I can to make sure that you have whatever it takes to face this fear. It is a huge choice, but if you continue to have the right thoughts, the right actions, and then the key thing that you're going to need is consistency. If you continue to have the right thoughts, the right actions, you face your fear, you focus on one course, just one. Don't be trying to do too many things. They always talk about having multiple streams. Yes, build one stream first, get that up and running, master that, then build other streams. But first, follow just one course. That's it, just one. If you do that and you do it with consistency, I guarantee you, you will see the results that you want to see. That is my training on fear for today. I have a few more things that are for my people that I'm coaching, but I think that this is a great foundation for where you want to be. I'm looking forward to seeing you make it in your entrepreneurship journey, and I'll check you out in the next video. We'll possibly be talking about mindset. I'll see you in the next video.